monster. No, you are wrong. I am a god.
I'm Rex Paradox, the greatest man who ever lived. Back at it with another shitty ass commentary. The worst content on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna just take that for now. The worst content on YouTube. I don't think I'm the worst, but like I'm probably up there, you know. So, today on the program, I'm talking about Culture Vultures. Culture Vultures. What's a Culture Vulture? Motherfucker who steals other people's cultures, fucking emulates that shit, like, and it pays no respect to the people who created the shit whatsoever. You know, like someone who's just fucking stealing some shit from you. That's a Culture Vulture. That's what a Culture Vulture is. Some people be like, here's a perfect example of just a Culture Vulture. Any fucking non-black person is heavily into rap music or hip-hop. The culture, not the music itself, the culture. Right? No, that's not a Culture Vulture. If you like the culture, you're not a Culture Vulture. If you actually appreciate the culture and you're into the culture, you are not a Culture Vulture. It's when you try to like take some shit and like you become a novelty act in it and you're just using it because you like, oh yeah, I can make some money off of this. Or you know, no one else is doing this shit, so it's like, hey, you know, if these people can do it, I can do it too. Like, that's a Culture Vulture. Like what's that little girl, Little Tay? She was a character. I don't know what the fuck her real name is. Supposedly her big brother was behind the character shit. Or fucking Rice Gum. Like, that Rice Gum's a Culture Vulture. Same shit. Like, I don't personally have any strong feelings about Rice Gum. I don't really give a fuck about him personally. I really don't. But it's like, yeah, he's always the center, like some controversy on YouTube for whatever fucking reason. I guess it's just easy picking on weak Asian kids. I don't know. I don't know how old that nigga is either. So I'm like, I don't fucking know. Everyone on YouTube seems to do this shit too. It's like every fucking motherfucker on YouTube has like some fucking trap music or some shit in their fucking YouTube videos. Some fucking kind of trap music or some shit. I'm like, yo, the idea of like flexing and all that shit, like that's some rap shit. I'm not gonna say it's necessarily black culture. It's just like black rappers do it. I'm gonna say rappers, cause like rappers are black people. Like, let's be real here. Fucking rappers, black people, and Riff Raff. I fucking love Riff Raff. Like, I don't consider Riff Raff a Culture Vulture. Riff Raff to me is a novelty act, but like, that motherfucker funny. Riff Raff's a funny motherfucker, man. Versace Glock in my glove box, like, man, this nigga's funny. Okay, he's fucking funny to me. He is entertaining. I will tolerate Riff Raff. Characters like Slim Shady, Eminem, like, I don't consider him a Culture Vulture either, because Eminem was poor. He grew up poor, to my understanding. He grew up around a bunch of niggas, like, to my understanding. I'm gonna be like, hey, he was fucking rap battling and shit. Vanilla Ice, like, Vanilla Ice a fucking criminal. Like, Vanilla Ice got fucking a criminal record. I'm not gonna say Vanilla Ice is a Culture Vulture. He's kind of a novelty too, but it's like, he's a criminal. I mean, he could rap about shooting motherfuckers and he could probably get away with it. Like, hey, you know, that's Vanilla Ice, nigga. That's Vanilla Ice. But like characters like Rice Gum and Little Tay and insert such and such whoever the fuck, I think it's some dude named like fucking Supreme Patty or some shit on Instagram, like Culture Vulture. That's hype beast culture. Niggas created that shit. I'm not saying I'm proud that niggas created it. Niggas create a lot of stupid shit, but like, hey, you know, niggas created that hype beast culture. Fucking wanting a bunch of shoes and unnecessary Gucci belts and shit. Like, who the fuck needs that? Nobody. But like, you still in this shit anyway. Here's a perfect example of this shit and why some people be like, oh, Culture Vulture, there's nothing wrong with that, like in other people's culture. Okay, here's one for you. Do you know who made rock and roll? Some people will be like, oh, white people created that. Like, no the fuck they didn't. No the fuck they didn't. Some niggas back in, I can't remember what fucking year it was. It was like Little Richard, fucking, I can't say James Brown created it. Well, he was one of them people in there. Chuck Berry, I think Chuck Berry is considered, like, he's one of the people considered to be like, yeah, he was one of the creators of the shit. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, some other motherfuckers, like, those are fucking people who created, they were part of when rock and roll was actually being created. They were part of the reason the shit exists in the first place. And the reason it don't sound like what the fuck it did back then is cause some motherfucker stole that shit from them and they get credit for it. And you know, over time, the sound of music just changes. It just changes. You be like, oh, is this no fucking black people to play rock music? I'm like, nigga, you ever heard of Jimi Hendrix? Jimi Hendrix is generally regarded as like one of the best guitarists who ever lived. A lot of people consider him the best guitarist who ever lived. So I'm like, you can take that shit and get the fuck out of here. You can take the fucking hardcore punk, if I'm not mistaken, was created by some niggas in DC, the city where I'm from. Nick the Bad Brains, or it was Def. I think Def was like from Detroit. I'm not like 100% sure on that, but like one of those two groups made hardcore punk. I think it was Def. Like they're credited to it. It's like, you wouldn't have a band like Black Flag if it wasn't for fucking the Bad Brains. You wouldn't have them. So like, take your bullshit and get the fuck out of here. That's what happens when you have culture vultures. That's the idea of a culture vulture. It's like, yo, and it's always happening to black people. That's the worst part of this shit. That's the worst part of this shit. The whole reason hip-hop exists, rap music, all that shit exists, is because motherfuckers just kept stealing the genres of music that black people were making. They just kept like, okay, so niggas would popularize something, and it's like, well, here comes the new novelty act, here comes Elvis, and he's just gonna steal some shit for these people. And I'm like, bam, bam. You can't tell me white people were fucking, or Asian people, or any of that shit like they were part of this genre of music. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have a place in it, but I'm like, yo, like, remember where this shit started. Remember who created this shit. I'm not taking credit for creating this shit at all, but I'm like, you need to remember who started this. And put some type of respect on the names of the people who created this shit. It's some AC/DC song. I think it's called Let That Be Rock. And it's like, whoever the fuck's saying the song says like, the black man had the blues and the white people had some shit. And I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And you know what the problem is? I like the song and I believe that shit. And I'm like, you know what? Until I had actually like researched the shit and realized I'm like, this nigga just lying in this song. Y'all didn't make rock and roll. Like, get the fuck out of here. Niggas made the blues too. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's the whole like argument of whitewashing history. And I'm like, you know, some people might be mad at what I'm saying. Personally, I don't give a fuck, because the truth is the truth. Some people will be like, oh, such and such made rapping back in the 15th century. I'm like, no, they didn't. Get the fuck out of here. What you talking about? What I'm talking about? Two completely different things. It's just like, why, man? Why can't niggas have shit to themselves? Why? And I know why hip-hop ended. It's like, it is what it is now. Because some motherfuckers who could sell records were like, yo, like, let's scoop this shit up. We gonna distribute this music. It's this song by, I think, Skills, and he's like, he tells like the whole history and just like how this shit's happening. It's like, you're gonna make a genre of music, and you know, your people and you, they gonna like it. This some motherfucker gonna be like, yo, we can market and sell this shit. And then like 20 years later, you know, after you on tour and shit, it's like, the people who fucking supported you, they ain't gonna come to your shows no more. And I didn't say it verbatim, but it's loosely like that. I could probably like put the shit in the video. I'll do it at the end of the video. It's like, yo, like what the fuck? Why is everyone stealing shit from us? It's not emulating at a certain point. Like, once fucking black people get like phased out of hip-hop, niggas just gonna make another genre of music. Look at rock and roll right now. People say like rock music is dead. I'm like, I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, cause this new genre of music, hip-hop isn't new. I mean, I guess it's like younger than rock and roll, but like, it came and took the fucking game over. It took the whole game over. It took the whole game over. I'm pretty sure like more white people listen to fucking rap music than black people do. I know that's fucking weird to say, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the case. I know for a fact that more white people buy rap music than black people. That's a fact. That is a legitimate fact. It's white people and teenage girls. They buy the most rap music. That's a actual fact. I don't need statistics to fucking prove that. It's a fact. It's always been a fact. It's like some fucking suburban such and such kid, or, you know, fucking Jimmy and James is like, they're buying this shit. Not Jamal and Jackson, or fucking insert stereotypical black people names. Rashad, nigga, I don't know. Like, white people are buying this music. But yeah, that's my little piece about Culture Vultures, I guess. It's just like, damn, son. I honestly, like, what's the next genre of music niggas gonna create? Cause you know what's gonna happen. At some point, like, rap music gonna be oversaturated, and like niggas just gonna make a new genre of music. And you know, like, for the first couple years, people at the record labels, they're gonna be like, man, fuck this shit. And like, I don't know how the fuck it's gonna go, because the internet it never existed back in the day. Like, when motherfuckers was making genres of music, new sounds and shit, like, the internet didn't exist. So I actually do wonder. You got fucking Filthy Frank, like, this nigga's out here singing R&B. Like, who the fuck made R&B? I saw like this Vice video about this group called I think it's like 88 Rising, and it's like a bunch of Asian people who just fucking, it's like, yo, they stole the whole fucking just sound of trap music. They stole the sound of trap music. Stole the sound of trap music, and they're just like, yo, let's fucking talk in whatever language that we know. It's like, we're Asian and we can rap about this shit. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. Personally, I don't give a fuck, but it's like, at the same time, I'm kinda not okay with it. But it's like, again, I really don't give a fuck, but it's like, I'm kinda not okay with it. But it's like, I really don't give a fuck at the end of the day. I really don't, but it's like, I don't know, man, y'all still in the culture, man. Like, y'all still in the culture. Pretty hard. Y'all just like ripping shit off, like, straight from some niggas who made this shit. Trap music is relatively new. Like, trap music started in the 2000s. That shit ain't even been around that long. Like, y'all still in it already. Already. Like, god damn. God damn, dude. Yeah, that's my piece about this. That's my piece. You can be like, I'm still in Asian culture. I'm like, no, nigga, I'm not. Just because I fucking dress up and cosplay don't mean I'm still in the culture. That's totally different, man. That's completely different. It's like, I'm emulating that shit. I'm not stealing nothing. Nothing. And I mean, if you want to go there, like, you know, anime and manga fucking stole everything from fucking Western cartoons and comics. If you want to go, like, it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for World War II, like, to be completely honest. The whole reason we have anime and manga is because, comics from the West were left over there. From the war. I don't know how the fuck they got there. I don't remember there being fucking, you know, soldiers from America stationed in Japan when fucking, what was it, FDR was like, yo, let's drop these 2 bombs on these motherfuckers. Like, I don't remember that shit. Maybe it was like Post or whatever the fuck. I'm like, hey, if you really want to go there, I mean, anime and manga just rip off of fucking American comics and cartoons. If you really want to go there. But hey, yeah, that's my piece. Have a nice day. I'm sure this video might trigger anyone who watches it, if anyone watches it whatsoever. But yeah, that's my piece on it. Goodbye. Stop stealing other people's cultures. See you later. Don't try to hit me with that. Like, oh, black people speaking English is culture vulture. Like, nigga, we were kidnapped. We were forced to learn English. We didn't have a choice. Nigga, we part of America. English is our only language. So, like, y'all can get the fuck out of here with that shit. You can take that shit and get the fuck out of here. Language is not culture, nigga. Like, not in this country. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's like, yo, if the French ended up fucking, you know, with most of the control, or the Spanish had landed in North America and fucking taken over, nigga, we could all be speaking Spanish. I'm like, can you call that culture? Like, it's language. Language is language. That's how people communicate. So, I mean, hey, you know, American culture, we speak English because we were forced to, not because we had a choice, not because we wanted to. It was speak English here, fucking be slaves forever. There you go. Bye-bye.
See, I heard a man say he liked hip-hop and rapping, but he already knew what was going to happen. When you start, what you do will be so pure and true. The only ones to get it will be your people and you. And after 5 years, you'll be doing well till someone says that it's good enough to market and sell. And that person's gonna tell you what you do for fun, they can promote it and sell it to everyone. And after 10 years, he said I'd be on tour. I'd make money, but my manager, he'd make more. And after 15 years, they gonna say you through. The music's changing, so you gotta change up too. He said after 20 I'd be poor. The peeps I made the music for, they won't come to your shows no more.